Hey guys! I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you guys are listening, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate the support. And of course, if you guys want to support me further, you can do that by going to my Patreon site. The link is in the description below. And you can give me $1 a month, $5 a month, whatever you guys prefer. In this video, I really wanted to speak to you guys about the root chakra. Now, I don't know, I'm sure most of you guys don't believe in chakras. Chakras are vortexes of energies in our bodies. There are 7 major ones, and then there's a few dozen other ones that are minor ones. But these are vortexes of energy, and a lot of yoga is based on really clearing out and energizing these chakras, or balancing them out, basically. Now, one of the main chakras that I'm always working on as an INFJ, as an introvert, as an individual on this planet that is completely losing its grounding, we're basically killing the ground that we live on. What is happening is that we really need to focus, or at least I'm spending a lot of time, my time focused on the root chakra, right? I'm really spending a lot of time grounding myself, doing yoga poses that are related to the root chakra. It's called Muladhara, Muladhara. But if you want to Google root chakra, you're obviously welcome to do that. Root chakra will show up as well. And there's a lot of yoga asanas, a lot of yoga poses that will focus on that. But in general, any kind of grounding, anything that you're grounding yourself to the earth, where you're walking on the earth, also barefoot really helps. Being in nature really helps. Meditating, if you're meditating with your body scan, that really helps. But the reason I wanted to do this video particularly is that I'm noticing this weird trend in spiritual people that that really irks me, that makes me feel like they're kind of missing the point of the whole situation. Perhaps I'm the one in the wrong, but I really feel like when I look at them and I feel like they're completely imbalanced, I really feel like they should look at themselves and figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong here? So one of the things I notice a lot in spiritual people is that once we discover that we can meditate and do lucid dreaming, or we can do all these things with our Ajna chakra, with our third eye, or with our crown chakra, and we can go on into all these different realms. We can transport ourselves into different dimensions. A lot of people are doing a lot of cool things with their meditations. Once spiritual people kind of discover that, especially if they're able to add into the mix mushrooms or ayahuasca ceremonies or some kind of hallucinogen like that, or some kind of plant medicine like that, spiritual people especially, will discover very fast that there is this whole new dimensional realm around us that we're not privy to. We can't even see it. I'm sitting here right now, I'm in the physical world, and there's all this stuff going on around me in the other dimensions, in the other color forms, in the other sound forms that I can't access. But as a spiritual person, or as a person that kind of experiments with all that stuff, a lot of these individuals will discover all these other realms, all these other places, all these other beings, all these other things. And all of a sudden you realize that the physical realm that we live in is kind of quite boring and actually really annoying, because over here in the physical realm, you have to focus on paying the bills, you have to focus on working in the corporate system or in some kind of work, making money, and cleaning your house and doing laundry and all that stuff. Well, you're thinking to yourself, wow, all of this amazing stuff exists in all these other realms. If I meditate, I can access them, or if I do all those other things, why am I focusing on all of this shitty, crappy stuff in the real physical realm? Why can't I just live all of my life in that other realm? And so I notice a lot of spiritual people kind of pushing away the physical realm, or giving up on the physical realm, not wanting to be in the physical realm, not wanting to worry about bills, or taking care of themselves physically, not caring about food or water or hygiene or anything like that, and then just focusing all of their time and energy on that spiritual realm. Yeah? And that disconnect, obviously, from the physical realm is really causing a lot of ungrounding and a lot of dissipation, or getting away from your root chakra, away from all of that grounding that is necessary for a human being to survive on this planet. So I noticed that not only do a lot of spiritual people have this imbalance in them, but also what happens is that they don't have enough money to take care of their bills. So they're begging on the street. We call them beg packers. They're begging on the street, or they're begging from locals in Asian countries who have no money at all, and that makes me really laugh. Or, they don't have money, so they're kind of begging from their friends, like, can you let me stay for free? Or can you pay for my bills? Or things like that. Or they're finding someone who can pay for their bills, like a sugar daddy or sugar mama, or things like that. And so I noticed that there's this disconnect there. They just want to be taken care of in the physical realm. They don't want to be worrying about it, so that they can just focus entirely on the spiritual realm. A lot of them will kind of move into an ashram and start doing all of that, so that they don't have to worry about the physical realm. But I always think to myself, yeah, you can go away for a little bit. You can leave the physical realm perhaps for a few days, months, maybe even a few years. But eventually I feel like you have to come back to it, because I just feel like it's just such an impossibility to completely disappear and completely run away from the physical realm. I don't know if I even want to do that. I always say to people, I like living in the physical realm. I do spend a lot of my time meditating and, lucid dreaming, or trying to lucid dream, and trying to do all those things. And I love spending time in those other realms and other dimensions. It's so much fun. But I always love also coming back into the physical realm and using my senses and the touching a beautiful fabric, or eating a delicious food, a delicious piece of food, or just a delicious sweet piece of fruit that I've never had before, or smelling beautiful scents of rose or jasmine, or walking on the earth, on the ground, in the beautiful nature, and noticing the trees and the flowers, the beautiful flowers that are in Chiang Mai. I love it. So I just love being in the physical realm and using my physical senses and being alive here. Yeah, of course it's a little bit annoying at times when I have to do laundry, when I'd rather be meditating, or when I have to work, when I'd rather be just sitting around doing nothing, or all of those things. Of course I understand there's a lot of annoyances associated with being in the physical realm, but it is part and parcel of what I believe is really about being a human. It is, yes, we're spiritual beings, and yes, we are also physical beings, but we also have to kind of combine the two and become the perfect version of both, I think. It's not just possible, I believe, at least this is my opinion. I don't think it's just possible for us to spend all of our time in the physical realm or all of our time in the spiritual realm. Some people are way too physical. They don't believe there's anything beyond the physical. And that is also a weird way to look at the world, where there's evidence that there are other things out there. There are other beings out there, other spirits, things like that. So I think just one or the other can be a little bit too confusing as a human being, because we are of both. We have the physical flesh, we have the physical body, and we have the spiritual body. We have the soul, we have the spirit, we have all of those things that make us who we are, complete, whole. So we need to access, at least in my opinion, we need to access both of those realms in order to be a complete human being. But what happens, as I said, is either the spiritual people are way too spiritual and have no idea how to ground themselves, and then lose their grounding completely, have no idea how to come back to the real earth, to the real ground. They don't know how to take care of themselves in the physical realm. They don't know how to make money, so they're always relying on other people. They're always begging other people to just take care of them. They don't know how to just be in the physical realm, just be here and use their senses, or they just don't want to do it anymore. They just want to spend all their time high on some kind of hallucinogen or some kind of mushroom or something like that, and just be meditating all the time. And I just feel like that's just such a weird and terrible way to live, at least in my opinion. Now, of course, different people have different opinions of it, but my striving, I'm always striving to match the two. Like, I want to live in the physical realm. I love it, love it, love it. I also love the spiritual realm. I love it, love it, love it. I love both. I love both of them equally. And that's the reason why, I start my days off with meditation, but I also start off my days with yoga, right? So I'm using both. I'm physically grounding myself. I'm using a lot of root chakra asanas, a lot of yoga poses that focus on the root chakra, really ground myself down. But then I do the meditation as well, yeah? So I balance each other out. I spend a lot of my days eating a lot of delicious food and working in the real world and making money. But then I spend a lot of my time trying to get to do lucid dreaming, and then trying out different ceremonies like ayahuasca, plant medicine, cacao, mushrooms, and all that stuff. Because I want to balance it all out. I love both aspects of being a human, and I want to explore both aspects as much as possible, as diligently as I can. In this short life that I have, I want to explore both of those sides. I don't want to just focus on one. I don't want to just focus on the other. I just want to be on both sides as much as possible. So that's my spiel on this. Maybe this is kind of like a rant or a vent, but I just really wanted to share this with you because I believe it's so important, at least from my opinion, from what I see going in, I think this is one of the main things that I want to focus on, is the balance between the two. Of course, if you guys have any comments on this, I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you guys are interested in supporting me further, you're more than welcome to do that by going to my Patreon site. The link is in the description below. And I shall see you guys next time. Bye for now.